We are Ben and Brandy. A few months ago, we bought a 16-foot box truck with plans to convert it into the ultimate off-grid camper. After taking a short break to explore Wyoming, we are back to work adding some finishes to the kitchen and bathroom.
The air works good in here.
Yeah, it feels nice in here.
Here, let me get Rob in here. We got Rob helping us today. He's our big sheet rocker. But he's working on Polly in the shower. We've had to put some screws in it, which we hated to do. But our Polly was old and been warped out in the sun. Okay, what I've done is, instead of cutting a square hole out here for the vent, I'm just going to cut two big holes there on each side, right around my stud. There's the best insulation you can get. Yeah, well, there ain't even no dead air in this piece of shit. It's holes everywhere. I'm going to. Put that board in here and we'll start foaming it. Once you put it in here, then I'll just start filling her up. I'll do that, she's going to expand it. There she is. Yeah, let's go her off. I've never got a can of that to work upside down ever. You gotta find the right one. There's different ones. Right here, Rob.
So throughout this entire box truck build, we've had issues with things being square, and that's still an issue here. So if you notice, I try to just keep reseating this piece of copper, but it just will not line up correctly. And that's because the box truck is not square, which in return makes your countertops not square, which in return makes your walls not square, which in return makes your window seals not square. You pretty much have to retrofit and cut everything on this build.
Too low?
Pretty wobbly. I mean, it's not horrible, but I think it'll go up. Maybe not. Too low?
Too low. Not as lovely as before, but do we need to put support on that back wall? Or is there a leg out here that pulls down or something?
I guess it's not bad though.
I don't think it's functional for 4 people to sit at. Claire's gonna lean on it and our food's gonna go flying.
I made a good dent today.
I like the copper, that's good.
Huh?
I like the copper and the wood.
Yeah. Okay, so another change of plans, and that is instead of using a cheap hot water heater that's really meant for outside and cramming it all over there, I'm actually putting a full-blown instant hot water heater out of our other motorhome in here, and put the link in the description for this one below. It'll be a much better setup and done properly. And now I've just had to trim basically the whole bottom part of the oven out, trying to fit it in here. And once again, thank God for the multi-tool, because there's a lot of stuff I'd have never tried to do before.
So the biggest reason we ended up scrapping the idea of using the instant hot water heaters that are pretty cheap, you guys can find them on Amazon. We actually purchased one for this build, but we changed our mind. Mostly because there really just is not a good way to mount one of those internally. They're built to be external water heaters. So we took this one from our old motorhome, retrofitted in here like we've retrofitted everything, and I'm pretty excited to see how it's going to work in this build.
Something like that.
So hopefully I can save you from making the same mistake that we made. We mounted our water fill inlet just a little bit too low. It was still higher than the fresh water tank was, but it wasn't quite high enough, so whenever you would go downhill or you would get on an incline or anything to be unlevel at all, it would slosh all the water out of our fresh water tank. So we're going to move it up about another 6-7 inches, and hopefully that'll take care of the problem. Make sure you mount your water inlet high.
Okay, so what we're doing is, this is where all of our stuff is. Electrical panel, the hot water heater, we're going to have some propane lines. So we pretty much have a mixture of everything in here. DC voltage, AC voltage, propane, and water all running to the same general area. So what we're going to do is we're going to build like a sub wall in here that's recessed back a little bit. The breaker boxes are going to be right out here where you can flip them right from the open. And so are the fuses, so it'll be easy to access. But we'll also make a removable panel you can take off of this side, and you can get back in there to work on plumbing or anything else. There's also a couple of fuses back there. And then our automatic transfer switch is going to be mounted back there as well. So we're working on that. This plug on here, like that. You screw that little baby on like that. Then you take this little sucker, go plug it in. Sweet, man. Bad to the bone, baby. Is an automatic transfer switch. And what you do is you've got your shore power that comes into one side, and then your generator power comes into the other side, and then your outgoing goes to your breaker box in your RV or motorhome or box truck or whatever you're building, van. And what happens is this will automatically switch to whichever one is on at the current time. So that way, when you plug in at a campsite, you unplug at a campsite, you turn your generator on, it automatically does all the transferring for you. On our old motorhome, we'll show you, you have to take the plug, unplug it from the generator, plug it into the shore power instead, and vice versa. And it's a process where you have to get out of your motorhome and do it all. So, gone are the days where we're going to have to do that because we're building our own. Okay, so those will go to our breaker panel. Okay, now we've got generator. These are our generator wires. We're going to trim these back a little bit just because I don't want to create any possible arcing area at all. If you're not familiar with electrical at all, arc is when your wires are really close together and there's enough high voltage to arc in between those wires. That's what starts fires. Okay, so now you've got generator power coming in.
That's the one that's coming from that plug-in you have outside.
Yep. It's really too heavy of gauge, but it's what I had, and being too big is never a bad thing. Okay. That's how it goes, though. That all goes there. Okay. That's that. We should be able to fire the generator up and get air. Why did it take so long?
I don't know anything about it.
Make sure we're still 26 3/4. Measure 100 times and cut 3 times.
Cut 3 times.
Pretty good. Now let's see if I can jack it all up at the saw out here. What the it was like perfect. 11 1/4 on this side. 11 on that side. That's going to be a fun cut. That means this side is sitting a little lower than that side.
Of the stove?
The unsquare box truck strikes again.
Now then. We'll just beat the out of that with a hammer. The back is up? Yeah, for sure. Wow. Oh, that's cool. That's gonna be fun. I guess I could. Oh, there went a light. That makes it nice. Okay. Now, that's gonna go like that. That pushes in there like that. This is gonna go like that. Yeah, this is gonna go right here like that. This is okay. I'm done.
Me too.
It's cold.